How many have ever gotten stuck? You start doing something, you mess it. Who's gotten stuck? Or have you ever done this? Have you ever overreacted to something, like to your kid or somebody else, and you overreact to the situation? It's not a good situation, but you overreact and you feel bad about it. Who's done this before? Knows what I'm talking about, right? The reason you overreact is you're not reacting to this moment. You're reacting to the fact that it happened again. You know what I mean? I call it stacking or flooding. Most people have stacked all their failures or all the times they didn't follow through. And if you do it over and over again, you literally feel overwhelmed. Or if you get stuck, you're thinking of all the things you screwed up, one after another after another. But you know, you can also stack the positive and change your entire biochemistry in a couple of minutes. In fact, let me show you real fast. There's a group called Heart Math you may have heard of. It's pretty rare, most people know. Anybody heard of Heart Math out there? A few of you? A couple of you maybe. And so they got nominated for a Nobel Prize for an insight they had. You know, we can measure the brain waves, the activity in your brain and the activity in your heart electronically. You've been to a hospital, I'm sure you've seen an EKG and an EGG. Those measure the electrical impulses. So watch this on the screen. This is a real person. When a person is in a frustrated state, overwhelmed state, you'll notice the red is the heart waves, the blue is the brain waves. And you'll notice there's no relationship. They're all over the place. In these states of frustration, people tend to get sometimes in car accidents. If they're in a relationship, they say stuff that once you say it, it's hard to take back, messes things up, right? It's not a good state to be in. But you can go from that state. This is a real person we're showing the graph on. This is a person who spent 2 minutes focusing on their heart. What I mean by focus is if you imagine focusing on your breathing and you put your hands on your heart, your focus is on your heart. Where focus goes, energy flows. And if you see here, this is that same person focusing on their heart, and then this is what we're going to do in a moment. They're thinking of 3 things they really felt grateful for, or they appreciated, or they felt loved with. And when they do that for 3 minutes, the heart resets the brain and they align. And you'll see on this graph here, they literally look like they're unified, and that's what's called a flow state. How many of you have ever been in a state where you couldn't remember your own cell phone number or how to spell a difficult word like the? Right? Who knows what I'm talking about here? Make some noise if you've ever had that, right? I call that a stupid state, right? But then you move around and you remember, don't you? Well, how many have ever gotten a state where things just flowed for you, where you didn't have to think about it? You're like playing a game like tennis and swung perfectly. You're talking and it just flowed out of you, where you did better than you've ever done, where you impressed yourself. You're like, I did that. That was me. Right? Who's done this? Who's ever done that? Impressed yourself. Done really well, right? Well, when your heart and brain are unified, it produces that flow state. So let's try it real fast. I'm going to show you how to get rid of a negative that's stressing you out. So here's what we're going to do real fast. I want you right now to think of some unfinished business in your life. When I say unfinished business, I mean, how many of you have something in your life that you need to do, but you got so much going on in your life, it's too stressful to even think about it, you just keep putting it off. It may be somebody got a fire in your business, it might be something you got to deal with your kid or in your relationship, or maybe something within yourself. But it's to think about it is just too much, too stressful, so you put it off. Who can think of something like that in your life, some unfinished business? Raise your hand if you got that, so I know you got some there, right? Awesome. Here's what I want you to do. Just for a moment, if you were to focus on what you're not doing in that area and how stressful it is, if you really to feel it, right now you feel pretty good, but if you really focus on it, how much stress would it prove 0 to 10? 10 is stressed out completely, 0 is no stress. Give it a number. And ideally, think of something that was at least a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, at least a 7, 8, or 9, because if it's a 1 of stress and we change it, you'll barely notice. How many can think of something that needs to be dealt with, but if you really focus on it, makes stress in the 7, 8, 9 range? Make some noise, you got that. Okay? I want you to let go of it just for a moment, and we're just going to do this for 2 minutes, all right? I want you to take both your hands, put them on your heart, physically touch your heart. And then I'd like, if you would, ideally standing, because when you're sitting, you cut off half your energy. So if you're sitting, I'd encourage you to stand up if you would. Touch your heart with both your hands. Close your eyes if you want. And breathe deeply into your heart, where you feel like the blood with every breath flowing into your heart, where you can feel the strength of your heart, where you can feel the power of your heart. That's it. And as you breathe deeply in your heart, think about the fact that how do we know when we're alive in our mother's womb? We know it because there's a heartbeat, right? When the heart starts beating, that's when you're given the gift of life. You know what's amazing? You didn't have to prove you were worthy of life, did you? You didn't have to achieve anything. Something loved you enough to give the gift of life, and it comes in the form of a beating heart. When the heart stops beating, life on this planet ends. So breathe in your heart, touch your heart, and pour gratitude into your heart that works 24 hours a day, whether you give it love or not, whether you notice or not. It works when you're sleeping. It pumps literally through 60,000 miles of blood vessels that are inside you. It beats 100,000 times a day. Your heart has power. So as you focus on your heart and your gratitude for your heart, I'm now going to ask you to think of 3 moments in your life, any moment at all that you felt really grateful for. But the way I want you to think about it is not, if I said to you, have you ever been on a roller coaster? And you go, oh yeah, I remember that. And you imagine yourself in the distance, seeing yourself on a roller coaster. That's not what I want. I want you to imagine you're going over the front edge. But in this case, it's moments you were grateful. So think of a moment now. One moment, it could have been when you're a kid, could be today, it could be 10 years ago, it could be 10 minutes ago. Think of a moment you could feel really grateful for. Could be the birth of a child, the meeting of a dear friend, or the meeting of the love of your life. It could have been a moment you were proud of yourself, you achieved. Pick a great moment you're grateful for and step in your body like you're there, like literally you're back in your body looking at your own eyes in the moment you were so grateful. And you're seeing what you saw then. Breathe the way you were breathing when you felt so grateful in that moment. That's it. Hear what you heard, either what someone said to you or what you thought in your own head when you felt so grateful, so appreciative. And what's the look on your face when you're filled with gratitude, or joy, or love? Breathe that way, feel that way, fill up like every cell and nerve in your body is filled with the grace of that moment. You're doing great. Perfect, perfect. Just breathe it, feel it, enjoy that memory like you're there, feeling your body filled up with gratitude. Why gratitude? Because the 2 emotions that mess us up are fear and anger. Fear is why we don't do things. Anger is what messes up things. But you can't be fearful and grateful simultaneously. You can't be angry and grateful simultaneously. That's why we're using gratitude. Breathe in and feel that moment like you're filling up with so much gratitude, flooding your body with it. Now think of a second moment you could feel grateful for. Let's stack it. What's another moment you could feel so grateful for if you wanted to? It could be a little moment or a big moment. I was proud and grateful. I was one of the 10 Lords of Leaping in the 1st grade Christmas play. I felt grateful and proud when I was working with the President of the United States at Camp David. It could be a little thing, it could be a big thing. Step in and feel another moment of such gratitude, such grace, or such love. Feel it. Live it like you're there. Beautiful, beautiful. Fill up your whole body with that energy, that feeling of gratitude for grace of that moment. And then do one more. Think one third moment. It could be a little one or a big one, long ago or recently. Another moment you could feel really grateful for if you wanted to. Step in that moment right now. Feel it. Feel it. Breathe it. Enjoy it. Feel like you're there. See what you saw through your own eyes like you're there. Hear what you heard or what you said to yourself. Breathe the way you're breathing when you're filled with gratitude, joy, love, appreciation. As you feel that now, just feel all 3 of those moments exploding in your body, filling every cell, every nerve in your body with gratitude, appreciation, or joy. And now just for a second, with your eyes closed, take your right hand and reach out as if you're grabbing a moment, another moment from your life. Take a moment you were proud of yourself. Some people are afraid to be proud. I don't mean ego proud, fake pride when you didn't do something. We've all done things at times that are hard, and we're proud we did it. Take a moment you're proud of yourself, a little one, bring it to your heart and say yes as it touches your heart. That's it. And feel that like you're living it again. And then we're going to do a bunch of these real quick. Reach out and grab another moment in your life that you felt proud or you achieved something small or big, but you, 10 Lords of Leaping, that felt cool. Bring that in and go, yes. Now reach out and think of a beautiful time with family or friends that you cherish. A beautiful moment with family or friends. Bring that in, yes, on top of the other one. And bring in another beautiful moment with family or friends and go, yes. Now bring in a moment that made you laugh out loud. Did you ever laugh so hard that whatever you're drinking, milk, whatever, exploded out of your nose because you were laughing? Right? Did you ever laugh so hard you coughed? Think of some time when something so stupid happened, either something you did that was so stupid or silly or someone else did where you just laughed out loud. Grab that moment, bring it in, yes. And feel that huge laughter or smile inside you. Grab another funny moment, a crazy moment, yes. Reach out and grab a romantic moment or a sexy moment or a sensual moment. Or if you've never had one, make one up and go, yes. Think of another romantic moment, bring it in and go, yes. Now try this. Take a moment from your future as if God was giving you a trailer of the movie of your future. Find a moment in the future you're going to be proud of yourself. And bring that in your heart and go, yes, and feel it like it's happening. Think of another moment in the future you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to achieve something that feels good. Bring it in and go, yes. Think of an exciting moment for your future, something that's going to excite you. Bring it in and go, yes. Think of a romantic or sexy moment in your future. Bring it in and go, yes. Bring in a laughter moment for your future and go, yes. Now, for 10 seconds, bring in any moment you want from the past to the future. Just go, yes, bring in yes. Any good moment, like stacking great moments. Yes, yes, yes. Keep going. You got 10 seconds. Go, 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 go. That's it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's it. That's it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Now make the sound out loud of what your life feels like. Explode with sound. What does it feel like? Make a sound what it feels like.